Have you guys been walking through Costco lately and this new Cat Power Cube has caught your eye? Well, I've been playing with it for about a month now. Today I'm going to answer all the questions you asked me in my original unboxing. Plus, we're going to tear this guy open and see exactly what type of battery is inside. Hey guys, Toolman Tim here. Welcome back to the workshop where we create community, find freedom, promote preparedness, and share success. Back with another gear review for you. But before we dive in, you want to know more about me? Go by toolmantim.co. That's the easiest place to go to find out everything you want. So this week, by very popular demand, I am back with the follow-up. I've had some time to play with and use this in real-world scenarios, and I like it. I really like it. So you guys have asked me a bunch of questions. I had a bunch of questions. So let's start with, how well does it boost a vehicle? It worked great. I'll show you some footage. We literally went over to my son's house, his summer car, buried in snow. Battery was stone dead. We hooked this on just like that, boosted it like nothing.
Yep.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
All right. There you go. Go give it a go start it. It acts like a supplemental battery. Holy shit.
It was around minus 15 out that day. I left it out in my truck overnight so that it would have a chance to get really cold to see how well this worked. If you've never used a booster pack before, it's pretty simple. This one's a little bigger than your standard one, but this end right here plugs into the back right there, and then these just hook right onto your battery, and it acts like a supplemental battery. That's all there is to it. There's no special buttons to push. When you're ready to boost, you just make sure you got it set to VW by pushing the AC button. That's all there is to it. And it worked beautifully. Didn't even take one bar down off this to start my son's little Cavalier. Now, how does it work in the cold? Well, that kind of answered that question there, but I've had it stored in the truck down around minus 15. Today's minus 35 outside, but this has been down around minus 15. Worked perfectly as a compressor, worked perfectly as a car booster at minus 15 Celsius. So no problem at all. Next, people want to know, can I just leave it in my vehicle? Well, two things. First, yeah, it's okay in the cold. Pat recommends that you take it out of your vehicle once a month and charge it up. I'm going to say I'm thinking every 2 or 3 months is probably sufficient, because I left it in the vehicle for almost a month and didn't see any degradation in charge, even with the cold. So yeah, you can just leave it in there as long as you're cool with hauling it out every 2 or 3 months and plugging it in. Again, the big thing, don't lose your charger. I don't love this, but it is what it is, and it's a standard AC port on the top, AC adapter port. Now, the next thing people said, how am I going to keep these cables from disappearing? Because the one thing I hate about this compared to some of the other ones is these have nowhere for onboard storage. So what did I come up with? Let me show you. Right here, see this hoop? There's just enough room if you put this in sideways like that, slide it up through, and what I do, take it like this. The wires are plenty flexible. There you go. They're tied onto that handle. They'll sit in the truck forever because you're not going to move them. They're going to be attached right to the battery pack. So that's my little hack I came up with. That way you don't need to zip tie it, cut the zip tie off on the occasion you need to use it. Next question is, have you had any problems with the USB-C port on the front? I had a couple people message me and say, hey, I can't get the USB-C port right there to charge anything. Well, from what I can tell, it's a 5 amp port, because I used a 3 amp iPhone cable and it wouldn't work. So it looks like it only likes the newer 5 amp USB-C cable. So if you're having trouble with that USB-C port on the front, try a different cable, because the person who was having the trouble did the same thing, no problem at all. My iPhone cable, it didn't like it. The Anchor newer heavy duty 5 amp USB-C cables worked perfectly. Next, somebody wanted to know how you turn off the wireless charging. Well, it's pretty easy. I'm guessing they hadn't looked or haven't bought it yet, which is totally fine, but that just turns it on or off right there. There's your wireless charging pad. You just push the button once to turn it on, push it again, and it turns it off. So the question everybody wants to know, because for some reason, CAT does not put it in their brochure anywhere, is how big of a battery is in it. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna tear this sucker open and we're gonna show you what kind of battery is inside it.
There we go. 9 amp hour, 12 volt.
What'd you think? Everybody I've talked to figured it must be a lithium in there because it's fairly lightweight. Well, it's actually just a standard lead acid battery, 9 amp hours, 12 volt, gives you 108 watts, watt hours, whatever you want to call it. One more thing that I have noticed, if you hit the AC button to activate it on the top, it does not have an automatic shut off. I have left it on for 12 hours at a time and it didn't shut off. So keep an eye on that. Remember, I don't think it's going to drain a lot, but you don't want to accidentally bump it and then leave it on and drain it out while it's in your vehicle. Finally, what's the compressor like? Because in the past, if you've watched my channel, I'm not a big fan of these all-in-one packages because they tend to be subpar versions of everything packed into one small thing. Well, I gotta say, I really liked it. This has been my go-to car compressor for a long time. It's the DeWalt inflation station. Works great. The problem is, it's my go-to inflator. I usually have it in my shop. I put it in the vehicle for long road trips, but I gotta make sure I put a DeWalt battery on it, and I gotta make sure it's in there every time I leave. My 4 tires on my Ram 1500 needed to go from 34 PSI up to 40. The DeWalt did it in just over 3 minutes. The CAT did it in just over 4 minutes. So for 1 extra minute, no problem at all. It still has that really nice brass screw-on air chuck that means you won't be able to knock it over by mistake. It still has an LED light on there so that you can see when you're airing up a tire at night. It has all the features the DeWalt has, except it doesn't take a DeWalt battery. Not a big deal. But the cool thing is, it's an automotive product that I'm going to keep in my vehicle. So I've been getting a lot of traffic on that first video, and it looks like it's been an item that Costco has been putting on sale. So in Canada, I picked this up recently for $169. It's now on sale for $129 in Canada until Christmas Day 2022. However, in the States, it's $119.99 USD right now at time of filming, on sale for $89.99 until January 9th, 2023. So, obviously, no guarantee on that price, but if you're looking to pick it up, go grab it at Costco as soon as you can. I love this stuff. I've had great luck with the CAT brand so far. If you have more questions, I'm going to do another follow-up video. I hope you loved seeing that battery get tore apart and some real-world comparisons so that you know, hey, this is exactly what it's saying it is. And as far as how does it compare to the old CAT brand yellow one, I don't have one of those yet. I may just have to pick one of those up and do another video for you as well. But for now, I hope that satisfied your questions. I hope that helped you decide whether or not this is the piece of automotive preparedness gear you want to have in your vehicle. So guys, hey, stick around, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Come by Thursday, Saturday, Sunday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. We have a podcast, a live stream every single week. Love to have you. Love for you to come by and share your knowledge as well. So that's it for me this week. Guys, as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great week.